Hello and welcome to Hacking. I am your host, Dark Hoodie, and today we are doing a TryHackMe room called Library. And as you see here, I have already started the room. I've got my IP address up and running, and there are two flags to get, the user flag and the root flag. So before we get into this, let's talk about what we're having to drink today. This is Fat Tire Ale, and it is a 5.2% alcohol rating, and it is a very easy to drink beer. Crispy, goes down very smooth and easy, very refreshing, and from what I understand, it is supposed to be manufactured in the way that it's very good for the environment, so that's also a plus. So if you're thirsty, crack something open and let's get into the room. So as usual, I started my Nmap scan, and at first glance we see that port 22 is open and it is running SSH on Ubuntu. And as I do typically, I also include vulners in my scans just to look for any potential vulnerabilities that I might be able to use to my advantage. I will scroll past these though, so we can see what other ports are open. We also have port 80, which is open, and it's running an Apache web server. And on top of that, what else do we have here? There's something here. It says vulnerable, slow Loris, DOS attack, likely vulnerable. Slow Loris tries to keep many connections to the target web server open and hold them open as long as possible. Okay, that might be something we could look into. Here's the CVE number. This is kind of old. It's back from 2007. And so I'll keep scrolling down, see if there's anything else that might be of any use. References to Apache here. And so here's something interesting. It already mentions to me that robots.txt is something I should be able to look at, so that's good. I like to look at that anyway, but it's nice to have it presented to me. And that appears to be it. So let's go ahead and launch a browser, and let's look at my IP address, 10.10.133.137. 10.10.133.137. And look at that, it says hack the planet. This is the title of a blog post. So there appears to be some Latin here. The whole thing is in Latin actually. And there is a comment section. So since it mentioned robots.txt, let's give that a shot. And right away, the first thing it mentions is RockU, the name of our favorite word list. That is something to keep in mind. So with that in mind, I'm going to open up another tab here in my terminal, and I'm going to run a GoBuster scan. So let's do this. GoBuster http:// 10.10.133.137. 133.137, W for word list, USR slash share slash word lists slash derb. And I don't do this one too often, but let's do common.txt, see what it comes up with. I probably should have run this earlier, but why not just take a look at it now? While this is running, I'm going to go back to this page. See if there's anything. Maybe this Latin might be a clue to something, who knows, but I see reference to the root folder here, to www-data, to anonymous, so this is all very interesting. Oh, there's some comments here by, what's this, posted June 29th, 2009 by Meliodas. So that could very well be of use to us. Maybe that is a login page somewhere. Let's see. About. Let's see if there's anything here. Archives, contact. None of these are giving me anything. It seems like these other pages are not accessible somehow. But this Meliodas could be of use. So let's go back to my shell. Oh, it's finished already. Okay, great. So we have here, there is an images subdirectory, index.html, there's robots again, and server status. So I am curious because I'm wondering if this Meliodas might be a username to something. Maybe we can use my favorite cracker, Hydra. I am going to open another tab, and I'm going to try Hydra-L. Meliodas was how it was spelled, -p /usr/share/word lists. And since it talked about our old friend rockyou.txt, let's throw that in there. And the purpose of this, we saw before that port 22 is open, serving SSH. So SSH ://10.10.133.137. Let's see how this goes. Maybe we'll get something, maybe we won't. I always love looking at the first line when you run Hydra. Please do not use in military or secret service organizations or for illegal purposes. This is non-binding. These ... ignore laws and ethics anyway. Pretty cool. So now we wait. Hopefully we'll get something soon. It's trying. The thing about rocku.txt is that it's enormous, and so useful, absolutely, but sometimes you find yourself waiting a long time. I think in the interest of time, this might be a good moment to pause the video until the scan is over. So I am going to do just that. And I'll be back with you when the scan is finished. And we're back. And I think my intuition helped out here, because we now see that we have the username is correct. It was Meliodas, and we have a password of I love you 1. So that's great. So now I'm going to SSH into that site. So SSH Meliodas at 10.10.10.133.137. And yes. And the password is I love you 1. All right. We are now in Meliodas shell. Let's have a look around. And there are two files here. Looks like backup.py, a Python script, and user.txt. So let's cat the user.txt. That was our first flag. And there it is. And I'm going to copy this. Go back to my room and enter that here. And there is flag number 1. Now we've got to get privilege escalation, privesc, to get the root. So let's have a look and see what this back.py is. So import OS zip file for root. It looks like it is some kind of backup script. I see here in the var/backups folder website.zip. So I don't think we can do anything with this. So let's see. Let's have a look and see what our permissions are. And according to this, oh look, this is interesting. According to this, we can exploit the back.python script has root permissions. But it's not doing anything that I would want it to do. So in a case like this, let's just take a look at everything first. So it says here, back.py has read-write permissions, but I don't have executable on here, which means I can't run this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to make another one called back.py, and I will see if I can put a reverse shell script in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back it up first in case I screw things up. Copy back.py to back.py.org. Alright, so I've got my backup here. Now I'm going to get rid of it. where am I right now? I'm in home melodious. So I'm going to do remove home melodious, meliodas slash back dot pi. Do I want to remove write protected regular file? Yes. Alright, the file itself is gone. I still have my backup. That's a good thing. So now, because it's Python, I'm going to use that Python script that I like a lot. Close this out for a second. I'm going to go to my desktop. Usually right here, I am going to use this Python. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put it into a new back.py. Let's copy that right here. Love cheat sheets. Gotta have cheat sheets, even if you make your own. That's a good thing. So now I'm going to echo and then paste what I just copied. Echo. I don't need this part though. So now after that I will do this, space, let's see if this works. Let me cat my new back.py. Okay. And now I'm going to do sudo Python. I'm hoping it's Python 3 slash. You know what? I'm going to put the full path in just to be safe. Meliodas slash back.py. And look at that. Immediately, I got a root shell. Sweet. You know what? I'm going to cd into the root directory. Nope. Let's see. Do it this way. Sometimes cd brings you right in. Yep. And there it is. And there is my root flag. Go back to my room and submit. And we are done. So, what did we learn today? If a given file has root permissions, you can feasibly get rid of the file and remake it into a reverse shell for yourself and get root permissions. So that's a great thing. So we're done with this room. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, and hope to see you all again in the next room. Until then, hack the planet.